This is the Henry and Martha Schlieder Homestead in Roaring Creek Valley along Old Reading Road. And we're going to go out here and check out the front porch. And this is much the way it was when I was a kid in the 1960s and 70s. And up the road a piece is the Freewill Church. Hello. Which is the Freewill Church that Grandfather Yeager donated money for his own free will. And here's the driveway. And you can see the seat that everybody, the window seat that everybody loved to sit in was right there. And that looked out underneath the nice shady tree and stuff. And barn, which is where I spent a lot of time playing when I was a kid. This is Brian. And pig pen. And this used to be a chicken coop, but I think it was the original one was ripped down and they rebuilt it. And there's a woodshed out there, and a corn crib, and the outhouse. Remember the outhouse? Used the outhouse a lot. That was the preferred place to go if you could, because you didn't want to waste the indoor plumbing unless it was really cold. Here's a garage. The same garage I remember when I was a kid. And actually, maybe that's the woodshed. And these are the kids that hide in the barn. Uh-oh, they're gone. And this is the front yard, or the side yard. And there's the house. Henry and Martha's house. That's the shanty end of the house where Henry Schlieder used to have his workshop.
Her daughter Linda, who lives in Bloomsburg. I don't know where Norma is. She just seems to have disappeared. And this would have been one of Wharton's grandchildren.
I think we're going, Dave. I think we're going to go on out to the house.
Okay.
All right.
Probably. I don't know. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What we have here, Brian, is the Freewill Church, and this entire part of Roaring Creek Valley is now known as Freewill. And the story goes like this as it relates to our clan. Martha Yeager Schlieder, the wife of Henry, lived on a farm right near here, and her father, Bill Yeager, William, who's buried in this cemetery right here that you're filming right now, Brian. William Yeager donated land and money to any Christian denomination that was willing to build a church here. And since he gave it of his own free will, this whole area became known as Freewill, naturally enough. And then the further part of the story that is a little bit of fun. Of course, as time went along, some parishioners died, and they needed a cemetery. And so Bill Yeager donated some more land for a cemetery with a stipulation that they would never charge for burial plots. But of course, as time went along, my understanding is they required some money to do normal cemetery maintenance, and I guess formed some sort of cemetery association, began charging for burial plots. And enter again Martha, my great-grandmother. She got all bent out of shape and said, no, that's not what my daddy wanted. They're to be for free, and there was no agreement reached. And consequently, Martha, who was previously the choir director and organist, very active in this church, they left this church, is my understanding.
Wow.
And that's pretty much the Schlieder history of Freewill.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
And these days, this is a private home, and like you fellas, I've not met the people, and so many people have been accommodating to us today that I really hate to go knock on the door and disturb them. But I think we got the footage that we need, and incidentally, Brian, there are also some of the Bungie family members buried here in the Freewill Cemetery.
Can we go take a look?
Can we take a look? Can you get that in that light?
And this would be the burial site of the man that donated the land for this church in the cemetery.